These types of cars, this segment of cars, is slowly dying out. In fact, Earth is on a collision course, or rather a big asteroid is on a collision course with Earth, with this segment, and it's called SUV. But if you want to drive in the most elegant and comfortable fashion, then you have to get one of these. But don't think because this car doesn't follow the SUV trends, it's now boring. Not at all. Mazda 6 did not get the updated Mazda mask and lights yet, which are being put into its new models like the CX-5, but it still looks elegant. As I've tested the Mazda 6 extensively, the video of which you can watch on our channel, I'll be concentrating on the battle between SUVs and, well, regular cars. A vehicle like this will ride lower than its nemesis, and you will sit lower as well. A lot of people want a higher driving position behind the wheel, something which brings negatives as well. And don't think that an SUV is much more practical either. Just look at these bag hooks in the boot of the 6, or the rubber padding to enable transportation of dirty items, and the clever solution to keep the boot shelf from getting in your way when you open the trunk. The rear legroom won't suffer either, especially not in the Mazda 6. In a regular car, you get just as many gadgets as you do in an SUV, whether that's the various stability systems, a multifunctional wheel, or infotainment screen. The 6 also has comfy heated seats, and if you opt for the highest trim level, the rear passengers will enjoy the warming as well. So, when you decide to get a new car, think if you'd not rather get a sedan or hatchback. So what are just some of the reasons I think why you're better off buying a car like this if you want to enjoy driving it? Well, I'll give you just 3 for now. One is definitely comfort, because in an SUV with its higher riding height, well, it's not going to be as nice driving fast with it, or maybe even through a city. Maybe it'll have really stiff suspension, so it will have a more sporty driving. But either way, this is going to drive nicer than an SUV. The second reason goes hand in hand with what I said before: suspension. A car like this will be fun to drive around corners because it'll have nicely tuned suspension, while an SUV, again, because of its ride height, will probably be a bit wobbly, a bit like a boat on the corners. Not quite as fun. And also, well, if it is tuned for sportiness, it's not going to be nice with that stiff suspension in a city. And third reason is definitely the consumption. An SUV will have worse fuel consumption than a car like this, because an SUV is usually taller, it's higher off the ground, it's not as aerodynamic, so you will almost always see a much higher fuel consumption there. For example, this big Mazda 6, very comfortable, lots of space. I'm on the highway right now at 130 kilometers per hour, and I've got about 5 liters per 100 kilometers instant consumption, 5.5. While an SUV would probably be seeing 6, maybe 7 here. base Mazda 6 can be yours for just over 21,000 euros, while a fully equipped one with the most powerful diesel and automatic gearbox will cost 35,400 euros.